Great Tiger here. Today we have a quick video looking at the new Wood Elf forest healing mechanic, along with the associated fast travel and how they could be adapted for other races such as the Beastmen and the Dwarfs. I absolutely love this mechanic and believe it is a great step forwards for the Wood Elves, giving the player great freedom to interact with any number of races in any order the player chooses. The requirement to not just capture the Woodlands, but to also control the surrounding regions in order to heal the Woodlands and unlock faction-wide bonuses provides the player with interesting and sometimes difficult strategic choices. It's just fantastic stuff. I must admit though that I am somewhat surprised that there was no new woodland to heal added in the Darklands in the Haunted Forest region. I would have thought that this would have been a perfect area to have to heal, as it fits with the lore so well and opens you up to possible conflict with 3 additional factions. Hopefully this can be added in through a mod, or CA will add it in as part of Game 3. Now, moving on to other races, I have a strong suspicion that this mechanic, though with the removal of the fast travel, will be adapted for the Beastmen's Herdstones and Bloodgrounds mechanics in a future DLC. We may see the Herdstones needing to be captured and surrounding Bloodgrounds required to grow the power of the Herdstones and unlock faction-wide bonuses. This will be a great addition for the Beastmen, giving them some much needed focus in their campaigns. Now, depending on how the new mechanic has been implemented, it may be possible to adapt this system to other races, and the race that to me that is screaming out for an adapted version of this mechanic is the Dwarfs. This could form the core system for rebuilding the Kara's Anchor. I would imagine 7 or 8 key dwarven hulls on the map needing to be repaired in order to restore the Dwarven Empire. Each of the different hulls would provide different faction-wide bonuses, just like we see with the Woodlands, and the regions around each hull would need to be under your control or that of your allies in order to provide you with the necessary resources to rebuild the hull to its former glory. This would fit thematically with the Dwarfs and provide them with a focus for their campaigns that would be much more interesting than the current conquer X number of regions and destroy X number of factions victory conditions. The Dwarfs would also have access to a fast travel mechanic, much like the Wood Elves are getting, though it would be much more limited in scope geographically, with all of the hulls being in or near the World's Edge Mountains. The hulls that would need to be repaired may include the Kara's Akarak, Kara's 8 Peaks, Karak Kudrin, Sufbar, Barakvar, Karak Izor, the Darkhold, Krakadrak, and Red Eye Mountain. Or we may switch out a few for more far-reaching outposts like the Spine of Sotek or the Vulture Mountain. Much like the healing of the forests opens up opportunities for interaction with a more varied number of races, so would the restoration of the Dwarven Holds, bringing the Dwarves into contact with races such as Norska, the Lizardmen, Tomb Kings, and the Dark Elves much earlier than would normally be the case. I am certainly hoping that the new healing of the forest mechanic is coded in such a way that is modifiable, so we could see something like the rebuilding of the Kara's Anchor in the future from the modding community. Failing that, I would implore Creative Assembly to seriously consider adding such a mechanic next time they make major modifications to the Dwarves, even though we would most likely have to wait until Game 3 for that to occur. What are your thoughts on this mechanic being adapted to other races such as the Beastmen and the Dwarves? Do you believe it would fit with their lore and be an improvement for their campaigns, enough to warrant it? Now I'd just like to end the video with a quick shout out to my new patron, Brian K. Moore Jr. Your support is very much appreciated, mate. I'm Grey Tiger, and I'll see you next time.